So this is a masterpiece of role-playing game nostalgia. So awesome. It has a pink website. I created the PDF from the website. That's why it's pink. This is Big Breast, Small Waist, the Hentai Roleplaying Game. It's much more popular than their original release, Big Waist, Small Breasts. For some reason that didn't sell. Who knows? This was made in 2001 by BB. Probably a good plan not to release a full name on that. I believe there's newer versions of this. There may be a premium version because the world is cursed, so there probably is. Now, it's intended for mature audiences, which that phrase always gets me. Some of the topics may be mature in these sorts of games, but I can't say I believe that any of the audiences that play them are mature. So, I just putting that out there. At any rate, a large company said it didn't want to involve itself with products at this level. Can't blame them, so I will replace the product names with vegetables. I'm not sure what that means. I didn't look through this thoroughly, so I didn't come across mentions of vegetables, so At any rate, game terms are the GM is called the pimp, or game master, or whatever. Then there's some kind of specific terminology. They use a lot of X's to designate numbers and things like that. Everything's sort of 3 levels: 1, 2, or 3, X, XX, or XXX, which may or may not relate to the triple X thing for sexual explicitness and things like that for movies. I'm not sure. They don't go into it. Character creation, this claims it's pretty much like GURPS because they're scrupulously realistic. Yeah. The rules are pretty simple too, to ease up interaction in real action games. See, we thought of everything. Snack? Alright, I'll give them credit on that one. You start with 12 points to divide between attributes, advantages, powers, and skills. And the game only uses D10. Your attributes are body, looks, and talk. And mind, or I said mind, no, nothing like that here. So, I'm not sure. Apparently there's not a mind. That's highly unclear. Stats go from 1 to 10, yada yada. However, you can only spend -4 or +4 at the most or least. And you have to use attribute alterators. Some people call them modifiers. This author calls them alterators because he likes to go one step further. You have potency, which is your life meter, how long you can go, literally and figuratively, before you fall to the floor. So if you are familiar with backyard brawls, I believe this serves as both the damage and pleasure track, the rapture meter. 2 potency points costs 1 character point up to 10. Yada yada. A pill of Viagra recovers all of your potency. That was a little out of the blue. That probably could have gone in an equipment list. Which, yes, there is an equipment section. You'll be happy to know. Climax is how long you can go before you go. At least they just called it climax. It's a little more clear. Only used in the 2nd edition rules of the Wild Thing. Tone Loc not included. Initial climax equals your talk attribute. Naturally, because I don't know why, it just is. And here are your attribute alterators. You can get pretty specific. I'm so proud of myself now. The size of your main material possessions, which I'm pretty sure is your genitals and sexual characteristics. In hentai, this will significantly alter your looks, which is a stat. Check this table. And there you go, just right there, penis. -4 is ausent. -3 looks. I presume that's absent. Not ausent, though I may be not very knowledgeable on this word. Useless, tiny, small, big, huge, immense. My God, what is that thing? Yeah. Breasts, ausent again. Maybe that's a word. I may have to look that up. And the same. My God, what is that thing? I would hope you don't roll for each of your, or you don't have to divide points for each of your breasts, but who knows? It is a hentai role-playing game. And if you're a teenager, you're underage, silly. You're cuter and weaker and don't have as much savoir-faire. You've already entered puberty. I notice this one does not seem to have the panicked insistence on trying to tell people, oh, this doesn't involve kids and sex. It just kind of, oh yeah, it might, if that's what you take. So there's that. And that modifies your talking and looks and body. You can be cute and have cat ears, fairy antennas, cute behavior. You can be strong, like Xena, She-Ra, or Giantess. You can be older. You have a good reputation, such as a webcam goth girl or blog keeper, actor, actress, or boy band member, or ex-mouseketeer. Showing your age much, author. Bad reputation is all the way from henchman all the way up to supervillain or Brooke Shields. I'm not entirely certain. Apparently she's really bad at talking. I haven't seen that many interviews with her, but I find it hard to believe she would be that bad, but maybe she is. If you're innocent, you're too innocent for your own good. Might not even be interested in sex. A rare breed indeed. Or be interested but unable to get it. Probably not quite as rare. Chaste, only after marriage if you have -1 to innocence. Pure, asexuated. The possibility of you engaging in intercourse is low as one of a meteorite hitting a toilet stall and flushing itself down. That is a pretty off-the-wall and specific scenario. Kudos for that never-before-seen analogy. You're a nutcase. Covers general insanities. You can go to the disadvantages section. You could be ditzy, minor deranged, major deranged, and there's the insanity list: compulsion, fantasy, can't sleep, clowns will eat me. I'm not sure that's a fantasy. Schizophrenia, schizophrenia, split personality, autism, coprolalia, talking dirty compulsively. Seems like a lot of people have that one. And here's the advantages. They're the ones marked as power bases can be used by powers. The ones marked as plot are not recommended for short adventures and lazy GMs. Or alternatively, also not recommended for short GMs or lazy adventures. Whichever comes first. Pardon the pun. Ally plot. Pretty much if you're not running a longer game, apparently, which, I mean, sure, I can see this could last, 2 or 3 years of weekly play. The old big breast, small waist campaign. I can see why you wouldn't really figure an ally would be something useful in a game if you weren't running a long-term game. Babe magnet or boy magnet. You attract opposite sex like a magnet. There's always a handful of people behind you. I think that's funny. Maybe. Level 1 is gangbang me. Level 2 is apparently even better than that. I'm not really sure how they came up with their descriptives. It seems maybe a little backwards. Combative, you can be stronger. You can be a Ninja Turtle, Ranma, or perhaps Ranma, or Dragon Ball Z. You can attack thrice each turn, because it is 1511, so we say things like thrice. Intelligent, you are smart. Wasn't that mind? No, I guess intelligence is a power base or something. You're among one of the very rare hentai characters that can think. Besides being useful in making giant robots and deadly weaponry, this gives you the obvious edge in the wanna-screw world. Oh, you get seduction attempts. You're so smart, you're able to seduce people, because as we all know, seduction is directly based on how smart you are. That's why all the geeks and nerds and people with glasses and bookworms, that's why they're all woo. It's just it's a mile a minute for them in the big world of sexual escapades, because they're smart. Yeah. Luck. You can re-roll something as a lucky streak. Okay. Patron, that would be another plot thing. If you're not running a long-term game, I can see why having a king or somebody that you answer to and helps you out is not really going to be terribly helpful. You can be a she-male. That's a standard option. Okay. You look like a woman, but you have some male implements. Level 1 is you're a transvestite. You look a lot like a woman, but you're basically male. Big deal. 2, you have partial hermaphroditism. You have both breasts and a penis, but no vajayjay. Level 3, of course, is full hermaphroditism. You have breasts, a penis, and a vagina. That's pretty simplistic, and that seems like that would be kind of a curse on a number of levels. And significant other, you and your significant other hump like minks. Okay. Level 2, you may have more than one boy or girlfriend, and you may have a harem if you have level 3 and significant other. Hybrid, if you have level 1, you have claws. Level 2 is a tail, acts as a tentacle. Level 3 is wings, fly like a bird. Cyborg power. Bionic organ, yes, that organ if you want, sicko. Bionic limb, yes, that limb too. How? Okay. And full cyborg body. Magic affinity. Mystical knowledge. Psychic power. Earthbreaker. The disadvantage marked as plot are not recommended for short adventures and lazy GMs. Airhead, this was obviously misaligned. This should be over here. It looks like they're telling you that, Airhead. But Airhead is, you don't pay as much attention to the real world as you should. Crybaby, you're a sissy. Females can get over it, but if you're a male, you're humiliated for life. Duty is a plot, so if you're not running a long campaign, don't take duty. Unlucky, curse, unwanted love interest. Evil nemesis, nymphomaniac. Sex at least once a day. If you're obsessed, you need it every 6 hours. Crazed, you need it every hour. It seems like those would, although this is a hentai role-playing game, so I don't know how much gaming gets done, how much role-playing gets done, but it seems like that would be difficult to integrate into the game and not have it be extremely well, I was trying to think of a better word, but it just seems like that would pretty much take over everything if you took level 3. I don't think you should be able to take that. But I'm not playing this game, and never will. Sexual phobia, you're afraid of sex. Maybe you were raped by your parents. You know, just throwing that out there. Just as a... I only get 3 sentences for this, and I thought that was probably one of them I needed to include. Maybe they gave you strict upbringing. Maybe both. If forced to have sex, you'll go angry or run away. Maybe both. Yeah. You need to make a body roll to enter it. You're uncomfortable with the idea of sex. Get it? Enter it. I'd kill myself. They probably did. You're afraid of sex generally. Your body roll is at -3. For an extra CP, you can have a very specific fear besides sex. Feel free to rant and rave and tell everyone that attempts intercourse with you. Agoraphobia, sexual abuse. Yeah, I think I probably would have a lot of those. Algophobia, sexual pain, and doggy style and oral and female genitalia. Yeah, that would be difficult for guys to have. That would be a bad phobia. Naked bodies would be rough. Childbirth, flirting, a fear of flirting. Maybe. Contour of a penis visible through clothing. Medictophobia. Now, see, this is the kind of... and there's a funny reason I say this, but this is the kind of chart that would show up in Fatal. Because this just seems like right up his alley. Scared of young girls, bearing a monster, beautiful women, rape. Yeah, again, I'm not really sure that's a fear. I don't think that really qualifies as a fear. I think you should be afraid of that. And then there's a strange sexual fetish or compulsion. It is usually perverted and illegal, but it doesn't stop anybody. Eating body waste, showing yourself, particular objects, older people being hurt, weird sex, dead people, young people. Dangerous situation, rocks and statues, hurting, drinking urine, watching others, animals. Ick. I'll just say ick. And there's skills, and you can have body rolls involving police work, combat, sex rolls, talk rolls, and then powers, and this goes into surprisingly GURPS like armor, call for an item, energy blast, enhanced attack, extra-dimensional travel, and all this sort of thing. And there's character creation example. Tarkus has an obsession for preteen cat girls. That's not starting good. That is not starting good at all. And wants to make one. Oh, that's the person. That's the player. He has an obsession for preteen cat girls. Oh, and somebody's going to play this game with him and let him make characters? Really? Possibly bad choice. Bad choice. I'm calling it right here. Bad choice. He chooses the name Nico-chan. You don't have to like this name. It's just an example. Well, thank you, I guess. He asks the pimp if he can play a preteen character. The pimp says no. Tarkus complains. Oh God, I got to. After 2 hours of this, the pimp gives up, which means he just goes in the other room and watches TV. Oh, and apparently he said, yeah, okay, whatever. Tarkus picks the attribute alterators so the character frame is formed. He took pre-teenager 9 years old, really? Tarkus, you sicken me, you fictional pervert. Cute, kawaii. And you're a guy, right? Okay. Anyway, this gives him 3 points somehow. They lower Nico-chan's body to 1, owie, but raise her looks to the maximum 10. Talk raises with cute and lowers with teenager, so it keeps even. Now Tarkus raises the looks even more, spending 2 points to raise her looks to 11. I didn't pay attention. I honestly was not paying attention. I don't know what these go to. Is that a lot? Is 12 the maximum? 18 maybe? I'm not sure. So, which imply Nico-chan has a potency of 2 and a climax of 3. That seems pretty low, which bespeaks a pretty bad scenario in my head. Now for advantages and disadvantages, he buys hybrid cat girl, and very likely to reflect her nature. He also picks 1 point of airhead, because cat girls are naturally spaced out. Besides, he needs more points. He's just min-maxing. He's a loser. He needs to go play D&D. Okay, that gives him 3 points again somehow, leaving him at 5. He buys +2 to all rolls involving both acrobatics and stealth for 4 points. That leaves him 1. That compensates the body of 2. 1 point left. What to do? Well, hybrid can be used as a base advantage for powers. Tarkus picks a point of summoning cats, with the special effect being feline pheromone secretion. The pimp buys it. Yeah, alright, man, I guess. You summon cat, alright. I already let you be a 9-year-old girl. Go for it. So, summoning kitty cats, 1 level. Nico-chan, preteen cat girl, potency, I think it was 2, climax, I'm not really sure. It's kind of, I still have a bad feeling about it. And then rolls. Those rolls whenever you make whenever you have a problem like a chasm in the ground, or the girl's bra won't come out of where? When 2 characters challenge each other and you roll d10s and add your potency or something, and then each intercourse drains 1 potency, and the intercourse rules for Wild Thing per person involved. 1 per style beyond the first. Extra drains applied if heavy S&M is involved. I didn't see any mention of that before this, so they're just kind of throwing that in there. When a partner runs out of potency, he's exhausted and falls asleep until potency is positive again. Every turn, subtract a d10 from each partner that's being sexually excited's climax. There are some bonuses, such as manual oral deep impact, which Bruce Willis, I'm sure, would be so proud of. Was that Bruce Willis? Anyway. No, that was Morgan Freeman. He'd be even more proud. Object. Partners can also take the following actions. Hold up. I guess... Scream out. Roll against talk. If succeeded, lose no climax points. If failed, lose double. Rest. Mimic. Mimic. Hey, this is not Final Fantasy. Go do something else. Funny because anime? I don't get it. Botch. I don't think you intentionally botch. I think this is from a roll. You have botched your intercourse attempt. Likes and dislikes. Roll talk whenever you're using something unusual. Failure means the partner dislikes the approach. All apparented items will inflict a reductor to climax instead of a bonus. Use with the botch rule. A little too much thought went into that. So this is why there's so much sex in hentai comics. Because of these rules? I don't think so. Sexperience is the only way to advance your character. Various things can earn you sexperience, among them, winning a hard combat. Yeah, if you're a certain type of person, I guess you might get sexperience by physically defeating someone in combat, not getting hurt in it. Perfect. Okay. Brilliant idea. Bloop. I have sexperience now. I had a brilliant idea. So all these inventors throughout history, Marie Curie, Einstein, they were leveled up in sexperience. Who knew? Something to think about. Saving your friends' butts, worst excuse for sex. Pretty much everything that happens gives you sex experience. Looks like 500, around 500 points. The main way, though, is sex. At least one other person. You gain a prize in sex experience. But that's what RPGs are all about. No. That's not, no. They're, no. So pull out the calculator, because, man, in my role-playing games sex thing, that's definitely the other component is the calculator. Yeah. GURPS and sex is just, they're like, it's like chocolate and peanut butter. They just go together. It's something you know all through your childhood. But anyway, you can do foreplay. It gives you 100 points to 200. Afterplay and various other things, and there's masochism and animals involved and virgins and incest involved ×2. Woo! Says the author. That's stay classy, I guess. And then you spend those points on more powers and stuff from your sex experience. A teacher performs oral sex with 6 of her students. She loses 7 potency points in all this. Fun. All of them have looks 5, so oral sex is worth 1,000 points. I guess I didn't read that point. Why does looks 5? Anyway. It's a semi-public place, plus 50%. 4 of them are virgins, 2 oral sex. Wow, that's really specific. ×2. 1,000 plus 50% equals 1,500. 1,500 times 2 equals 3,000. Therefore, the teacher gets 1,500 times 2 plus 3,000 times 4 equals 15,000 sex experience points. Thank you. The wrongness, my brain, the teacher has looks 8. Therefore, each student gets 2,400 points, and the virgin ones get 4,800. Then she wakes up. What? Okay. Example 2. 3-man gangbang a virgin Catholic schoolgirl. I presume with her acceptance, her permission. It doesn't say that, but okay. Stereotypical hentai adventure. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. No foreplay involved, of course. One of them is a virgin too. So let's go straight for the chart. Virgin Catholic schoolgirl. Type, looks, score, final, oral, sex, 7, 1,400. Plus, let's see, 100%, 2,800. 56, 1,600, 3,200. 12,800, 2,400, 8,000 for a grand total of 26,400. 26,400 sex experience. Yeah. That, I'm not even, anals, I don't even know what these are. Are these the same people? Are these different people? Are these just other examples? Look, score, final, public. I think these are more examples for people that need yet more examples. Then, of course, the equipment. Oh, everybody loves the equipment lists. Like they say, let's face it, we all love equipment tables. That's why we all bought AD&D, because we could get together, we could get all this nifty stuff. We didn't know what it was when, like, Gasarmi Vulges and Gasarmi Avec, Corbin Avec, Canard, Alarange. So here's the equipment list for BBSW. Ask the pimp wherever is allowed on your state. I don't know what that means. And apparently they have levels of some kind, and they refer to things like suitcase, sick, purse, urethra, anal. So That won't look exactly like slashing, crushing, bludgeoning, piercing, like the AD&D weapon tables, but I'm sure it'll be close. Perhaps they'll be larger than man-sized. So you add D10 climax to whatever's being targeted by the device. So, Benoit balls. You put them in and they shake in there. Very descriptive without being at all descriptive. Kudos. Anal beads. A. +1. Double bullets. Used with the penis ring. Like Bill Cosby. And the Jello pudding pop and the penis ring. Aha. Cage. Available in several sizes. Catheters, bondage chairs, chokers, clamps. Yeah, it's just really... I'm pretty sure the Fatal guy must have helped. I think they emailed him and said, really, I'm wanting to make a supplement for GURPS, but I don't know how to go about it. He said, well, here, I've got my notes in my suitcase right here. Let me just come on over and we'll work on it some. Handcuff, plug, probe, restraints, tables, whips. And then there's unusual equipment, because, you know, run-of-the-mill stuff like that might as well be plowshares and anvils. So automatic underwear, boohag potions, girdle of masculinities marks 1 and 2, which makes the female look like a guy, except the main way, except for the Mark II, which makes her essentially a male in all ways while wearing it, and the male version, the girdle of femininity. X-ray specs, let you see everybody is naked. And then there's the Hentai Earth. All the girls have big breasts and thin waist. Every other woman is actually a man. Schoolboys stalk and attack cute girls. Cross-dressing is so common and it's not odd. Date rape is an oxymoron. Secret cults of ninjas, magicians, psychics, and Lord knows what else lurks in every alley. And everybody thinks about sex 24 hours a day. Some say it's heaven. Yeah, boy, wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. I don't think so. And then here's a bunch of stereotypes. Catholic schoolboy or girl, bimbo, bloke, scientific experiment, mythical being, and then here's fairy, bug, slug, rodent, and then here's when you go to hell in your hentai sex role-playing game, and there's anime scenarios, and there's Rei Ayanami from Neon Genesis Evangelion. And as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by running out of hard drive space and causing the recording to crash. I'll skip past the rest of those anime stock characters, and we'll continue, because although I was at the end, right at the end of this video, I wanted to make sure and finish to get the complete whole picture for you, the viewer, because that's how much I care. So, you get your critical hits and failures, which range from normal damage, which can disarm a victim, to tearing the victim's clothes off, victim's pants fall, -1 looks, hits groin area, ×2 damage, male victims unable to act, damage to self, attacker's clothes are torn off, hits self, wild thing, critical hits, partner climaxes instantly, simultaneous orgasm, let's go for another, gains +1 talk, bed breaks, both partners regain points, there's failure, neighbors or relatives walk in, hitting head against the wall, kind of important, you know, really you gotta have your things that really set things in perspective. Which, speaking of perspective, here's GURPS to big breast, small waist, strength, health, dexterity divided by 6, talk is intelligence plus reaction bonuses divided by 4, appearance, looks. There's D20 to big breast, small waist. Body is strength plus con plus dex divided by 6. And yeah, because it didn't seem enough like it was somehow related to Fatal, like it just reminded you of it. There's a Fatal to big breast, small waist conversion. My mind is blown again. It shouldn't be. Call of Cthulhu to big breast, small waist is just, that makes me want to have a glass of wine and just kind of laugh softly to myself. I think I'm hoping and sure that that was done purely for humor. Fatal, I think, was done for completeness. I like stick the other attributes wherever you want. I think that's pretty much how they have done most of these things. And then there's the character sheet. Not arranged terribly well, but there it is. I don't know what it was supposed to have been. And then there's your biography and links. Page uses images from the Hentai Comics God of Sex Super Taboo Secret Plot, and of course Venus Domina. And they also link or have something to do with the Complete Guide to Unlawful Carnal Knowledge and Solid Sharky Cartoonophilia Big Breast Small Waist Sheets. Call of Cthulhu, Fatal, D20 and GURPS conversions for big breast, small waist. Thank goodness someone listened to the no doubt thousands upon thousands of requests for conversions for those systems. Well, I think I've spent enough time on this video. I'm going to go ahead and go get a drink and hang myself, and so I'm out of here.